Hello and welcome to another installment of Time Displacement Theater. So in the name of full completion, we have a special treat, which I'm gonna explain in a very long, drawn-out way because holy shit, does this dialogue take forever? I'm Eric or Rick or whatever Brady's going to call me most of the time, and I'm doing Extreme 1, which Mega Man. Yeah, everybody knows.
No one knows.
It's Mario in the Game Boy Color. Yeah. So it's me playing again as last two. It's Brady.
Hello.
And Myth.
Hello.
And this. It's neat. It's a good Game Boy Color game. I guess now is a good time for like history lesson related stuff because again, Jesus Christ, this is the only dialogue in the game that you can't speed up with the A or button or whatever. You can only skip it. And it's all seriously just like, once upon a time, there was a magic robot named X that Dr. Kane found, and then Sigma and Zero happened. It's basically just the story so far, so you know already.
If you've been following our in-depth storyline.
Or if you've been alive since the series came out. It's not too complicated. But, okay, so Extreme 1 came out in 2001, I think. We'll flash the box art or some shit.
2001?
2001, yeah. It was like sort of tail end of Game Boy Color era, I think. That sounds about right. If not mid. So it came out after some of the PlayStation 1 games, but it takes place chronologically after X2.
Rick, I think you mean chronology, but
Quantum Ebonics. No, alright, so it comes after X2 in the game universe, and then came out after X4. So there's kind of like a weird mashup of elements from it. So like, you'll notice the first time X teleports in, he does the sort of flourish animation where he like thrusts his arms down and like there's the cool sort of like electric teleport sphere around him.
Which will make more sense 2 games from now.
Yeah, in the future. Okay, so there's visual elements like that and the after images after dashing and stuff that come from the PS1 era games.
Right.
But it's all based around the Super Nintendo game. So it's like this kind of neat mashup sort of thing.
Right. And then just to add like extra fun to it, we are recording this after we finish the series and then releasing it at the proper time chronologically for the game.
So
time travel all up in this bitch.
Yeah, just an extra layer of fun.
Time Displacement Theater!
Yeah.
But yeah, this is still going. Oh my god, wait, where are we at right now?
A Maverick Hunt.
Oh, we're not even at 0 yet. Alright, what do you guys want to talk about? Okay, thank god, we're about halfway through it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh.
Look, Zero's gray jewel. What is that? His other earpiece?
Hey, he's got...
His boobs are a lot less pronounced.
It's mostly because it's a Game Boy Color.
Yeah, well, maybe he had a reduction surgery.
Always the classy one.
Oh.
We really, really need to pad this out with, like, actual game-related talking crap.
I actually seem to get his theme down pretty good.
Yeah, Myth and I were talking about this earlier. I personally think that for a Game Boy game, the music isn't too bad. And he was like, but the Game Boy is capable of so much more. So first of all, I played him some Mega Man 2 music.
Right.
Like Roman numeral 2 on the Game Boy.
Right,
Which he's playing right now.
That's some horseshit music. And then I played a Mega Man 5 Game Boy.
Right.
Sigma took 0 under his watch.
0! Suga!
After that, 0! Never.
I love that they can fit about 4 words.
Again. And was...
No, it's literally 4 words every single time.
More or less. It's just what'll fit, kind of. What were we just... Oh, so I played him good Game Boy music and bad Game Boy music from this series. Are you really...
You're counting?
I'm counting.
You douchebag. I will kill you, Zero! No, wait.
Oh, fuck.
0 has to be screamed. Nothing else, though.
And so he was mentioning, like, but the Game Boy is still capable of a lot, and he played me, I think, probably Link's Awakening, because you're a nerd.
I am a
You're a nerd-ass nerd. And I was like, you need to realize that a lot of the stuff in this game sounds a little bit subpar for, like, what the system is capable of, because they're remixes of Super Nintendo games and not originally composed for the Game Boy. So, like, Mega Man 5 on the Game Boy has such a good soundtrack because it was built entirely around that. Same with, you know, Link's Awakening stuff. This one is a really good setup of these were made for a 16-bit home game console versus the Game Boy Color. So,
Right.
I think it's kind of neat. Jesus, I'm so sorry that this is starting off so slow. However, it's time to go.
Woohoo! 2000.
2000. I thought my box said 2001. Maybe I'm thinking Extreme 2.
Yeah, I missed the black background from the SNES games. Blue is just...
It's a little
weird.
strong, but you gotta emphasize the color of the Game Boy Color.
Exactly.
Alright, so going into this real fast, there's Game Start, Hard Mode, Continue, that kind of stuff. This game is slightly atypical. It's kind of like Mega Man 8 and... 7 and 8 both did it. You have 4 Mavericks instead of 8. And then you beat Sigma's Fortress stages, and then it's like, come challenge Hard Mode, and Hard Mode is just the next 4 Mavericks. And then you get Extreme Mode, which has no story, and is all of them combined. This one's neat because it has some cutscenes thrown into it. And it's like, hey, I've fucking been here before, what's going on? So obviously it's the intro stage from X1.
Not as familiar as it is for Zero when he comes here in, what, X6?
7.
Oh, right.
X7?
X7. Spoilers.
Look out! So, many of you who may have never played this or seen this one before may have noticed that I start with the dash. Again, it comes after X2. Yeah.
Best animation.
There's a lot of, like, subtle differences. Like, there's no power-ups down there, which hardly matters. There's only one of these dudes most of the time. These guys come in at the most glacially slow pace, and when you finally kill them, there's no cool animation of, like, them crashing into the highway. It's just like, oh, darn it! And then you automatically center, and it's just, well... Because, you know...
We can't fuck with the levels you
Yeah.
You have to load them.
Which is weird, because they totally can.
Oh, yeah, like right there.
So...
Oh, those guys don't even get color. It's like, fuck you.
They're kind of like a pink-gray.
What the hell was that?
He hit me wrong. Oh, that? So,
That's a teleport.
There's checkpoints, yeah, it's...
Oh, okay, I mean, that makes sense.
I'm just gonna go ahead and hit every enemy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh.
Autosave! It gets better in Extreme 2, which we will be covering at some point. Also, this game is English as fuck.
Vava.
Vava is Vile's Japanese name.
Vava! Oi!
It can't be I crushed you. Die X. Alright. So you actually have to beat Vile, and you could jump over him super easy in this one. Like, just leisurely. And he's already dead.
I like that it wasn't even walking, it was just scooting.
That music
well, that's
was
the
just
dash.
so good.
Okay, so another thing that I'm sure a lot of people might already know about Game Boy Color stuff is when you're charging, you get the charge sound effect, and that overlays over the music.
Like, it takes away channels from the actual background.
So that's going to happen a lot, which sucks because soundtrack's good, you just won't hear
Don't
most of
worry,
it.
I'll be posting the soundtrack.
Okay, cool. Zero, you must tell me. Tell me what's going on.
That's 5. That's 5, Brady.
What?
You see? That's
5
6 if you count the name.
It was already spoiled, Myth.
I don't give a shit.
That joke ended a long time ago.
Now we see terrible confusion all over the world.
Vava!
Someone broke into the mother computer system of the Hunter base and set its data to sabotage the world order.
Wait, is this Tron? The MCP?
Yeah, kinda.
It's master control.
It's basically the background from Magna Centipede's stage, which is ironic considering he's in this game. I don't think that's irony. Who's doing such a thing?
Coincidence.
I won't allow anyone to disturb the peace we have tried hard to maintain. This is like Japanese knockoff action figure X and Zero. Like, Super Friend! It seems that they are reproducing the fighting data of the past. X, your data is contained in the past data in the mother computer.
Okay.
I'm reading it out loud, it's okay. Myth is read now. So it's a little unclear here whether or not you're like getting digitized into the computer, or if you're like X playing as X as his memories in the past or something. Like,
sounds like it.
It's like the Matrix.
Well, it's weird because like you see him get beamed in just a sec. Hi, I'm antiquated music type. MIDI is the greatest
music type
instrument. Brady's rival. No one can match the sound quality. I don't know if I should even do story stuff right now. Like,
Just keep going.
in our headcanon,
So who is MIDI?
MIDI is exactly what they just described, and that's about all you get to know about MIDI.
Hi, MIDI.
It's nice to meet
You're
you!
so short.
He is. And then in 2 seconds, or so, they're exactly the same height. Kinda.
He's 1 pixel shorter.
Oh, well.
That's enough.
X, why are
Zero's
you
like
hunching your
4
shoulders, bro?
pixels
It's
shorter.
less that he's hunching and more just like he's like just a stiff board.
He really needs to poop.
He's very uncomfortable around.
Whoa!
Who is this dude?
God, I love that typing animation.
Zero, why'd you let this guy into our apartment?
Zero's just eating peanut butter on the couch. Oh, what?
The core of the mother computer. It's literally, yes, that's not... It's, yeah. Past data!
Okay.
Thank you for showing me a teaser of the boss screen. Protected. I like all of these arbitrary quotations, like, somehow protected, but not really protected. Like, we don't want to give you the wrong idea. They're not going to try to kill you, they're just going to try to kill you.
It's like this. The closest word we have to what it is protected, like air quotes.
But I want to replace MIDI with Nedry.
Well, then that would mean Nedry or MIDI would be like the actual hero.
Sort of.
Wait, what? How is Nedry in any way the hero?
Yeah, you didn't say the magic.
Zero! I'll do it! Okay. I'll just stay here and
Get drunk on the couch like
Probably.
you always do.
more or less.
I mean,
Who are we I like that he's basically just the riot police in this game. Don't forget that even though they are past data, they are still very strong.
hi,
Okay.
MIDI. Oh my god.
Still just typing. Writing my novel.
Writing a fanfic!
I'm so intense.
Just wait till Tumblr hears about this.
Looks like you'd enter a piece of toast into his head.
It just pops out. Start the installation.
Installing X.exe.
Oh yeah, that's where you insert the floppy.
I'm
disk.
going into the internet!
Oh my god.
Alright.
Which
I am
X
interfaced!
Okay. We're off to a thrilling start. Oh yeah, we did this for some other footage that you'll see. Oh, you would have already seen it, because that was X2. Cool. You know what? There's proof that I did it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Alright. Which one are you giggling at?
Man, bro.
So, in this one, since you start with the dash boots, it's actually kind of preferable to start at Storm Eagle.
He's so white!
You can't just say that.
Yeah, man. What the hell? dude?
Jesus, this actually does look really washed out on this screen, but whatever, we'll make do. So, there's gonna be a bunch of little subtle differences that you'll notice all over the place, not the least of which being that the stages are much shorter in this one, because it's the Game Boy. Good main ones, though, are here's a sub-tank instead of a heart tank, which, man, wild and crazy. So there's the power-up setup in this one is a little strange, which I'll kind of cover a little bit later on when it's more apparent. Also, it's airport, not airport 1001.
Oh my god.
There's less enemies, like the Volt drivers, or whatever they're called, gun volts, I think, aren't there. There's usually 2 of them. Some deer balls go by, or ball de voix. Heart tank in there. You can't do anything with the glass, which is kind of a given, but always a little disappointing since that's like the coolest part about this level in the Super Nintendo one.
Can you let the music loop once without charging?
I can try. I mean, other sound effects are gonna... Oh, Jesus, I forget.
Could always just get that later too.
This?
No, the music.
Yeah. Well, I'll post
Oh, that's
it.
so unsatisfying.
Yeah, right.
You picked up a 1-up and there's no sound effects.
Okay, so
Sounds like X7.
you start with the regular dash, right? What the dash boots in this one do, which are still in Chill Penguin stage, it's one of the few consistent things, is since there's no dash button on the Game Boy, it lets you dash off of walls automatically. So I figured that you would need them to get over to the head part, and you totally fucking don't.
Good.
This is another consistent thing. You still get... I
Whoa.
love Light Pompadour.
Oh.
There's light, and then there's the face that's the top of the capsule. Just everything here is glorious.
Just wait for it. Hey! I'm the king of red lions in this one, I guess. This head upgrade will give you Game Boy hat! I'm not doing that this time.
Washed out.
All of his... Well, he's the hologram. But all of his dialogue is different in all the capsules, and there's 8 capsules in this game.
Whoa.
Yeah, hot shit. He ends with like a little one-liner on all of them, and it's pretty great. Don't hold back! Crush them all!
Wow, that's a little, not pacifist.
Yeah, right? Murder the bricks, X! I usually get all of them. Like, look at how difficult it is to do this in the Game Boy one, though. Like, if you're just a little off, it doesn't work. If you're dead center, like, you can do 2 of them at the same time, but it's just like, it's a good thing you only use this, like, once. It's just as useless as the original.
Oh, of course.
You'll also notice that I didn't get a new helmet. That's because, I'm assuming, and it's a fair assumption, I think, the Game Boy couldn't draw that many different sprite variants of X.
Right.
Or, like, have different models
Is there,
or whatever.
Is there a different sprite for when you have all of the power-ups?
Yes.
Okay.
Once you get all 4, it automatically changes to the full armor.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so it does show up. It's just like, wait a minute, X, didn't you just get a nice new baseball cap? It's like, nah, I left it at home today.
He has it equipped in his vanity slot.
But there's enough detail to have, like, little jet boosters on the soles of his feet.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, otherwise, they'd just be pure black.
Right. So in the Super Nintendo one, you can jump down there and get power-ups. Don't do it, it'll kill you immediately. The fin is even down there, you just fall through it. Yeah. Where are my eyes?
So they literally just, like, lifted these sprites and then washed them out for the Game Boy?
More or less. So here's a cool thing that you can do since, again, there's no dash button. If you hold down and jump, you automatically dash, which makes this pretty simple. Storm Eagle's a little tougher in this one because of the charge sound channel bug, or hardware limitation, or whatever you want to call it. You can't hear when he starts to dive, so it can be kind of tricky to time it. It's more or less the same interval, but I usually do him based on sound. And when he's all the way up at the top of the sky...
Top of the sky?
Thank you. I was hoping.
Yeah.
You can still hit him with a fully charged shot because it's so wide, and the hitboxes in this game are kind of off, but in your favor.
Right.
Like, honestly, the normal shots are pretty wide, too.
It's a little weird that his health bar is next to the X helmet. Like, I see the Sigma symbol in the corner, but it's...
Oh, next to the life, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the life should be closer to the X life bar? Or is that the length of it when you have it fully upgraded?
That's the length of it. It'll basically go up to that pixel.
Gotcha.
And then underneath is where the weapon bar goes. So they're making use of it the best way they can. I think it's a little bit more clear in Extreme 2.
Okay.
But I don't remember. I've only played through Extreme 2 once. This one I actually, like, proper own, not just on the, 3DS.
ST.
Storm Tornado.
3D grid.
I know, right? I've played through this one a shit ton, though. Like, I bought it when it was more or less still new, so... That's a neat fun fact for you.